Hey, what's up? Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome to my channel. Boy, is this video going to be demonetized. All right. Would you trust a 5-year-old to vote? Would you trust a 5-year-old with the keys to your car? Would you trust a 5-year-old to make the decision on whether or not to buy a pack of cigarettes or not? Would you trust a 5-year-old with the ability to decide on whether to go buy a firearm and ammunition or not? If you said no to any of those, then probably you would say no to this as well. This is nothing, again, nothing to do with pro-transgenderism or against transgenderism. You do you. If you are of legal age, my standpoint is consenting adults. That is where the line is. I don't give a crap what you do or who you do it with, as long as you obey the consenting adults. That is the only thing I care about. This is a child who is being allowed to transition. This child doesn't know anything. This child knows nothing of the world. It is good that we have children who believe they want to transition, or the parents who believe that their children want to transition, and we make them wait. Children have this ability to pick up on what their parents think. So if their parents say, oh, well, you're really a girl, or they treat their boy like a girl, or they repeatedly put in the head of their boy that their boy is really a girl, then their boy is going to believe it. Children don't know any better. They don't know how to say no to their parents like that. Yeah, I know. They know how to say no. Hey, you want some of this green beans? No, no, no. But when it comes to things like this, a child's mind is malleable. It is able to be formed and shaped a certain way based upon their parents' teachings and their parents' reactions and how their parents take things. So let's get into this story. And again, I don't care. Consenting adults, I don't care what you do. But when it comes to children, come on. A 5-year-old cannot make this life-changing decision for him or herself. Not yet. They don't know enough about the world. Let's read this. Britain's first trans couple, age of 5, also beginning transition. The 5-year-old child of Britain's first trans couple will also begin their gender transition, as it has been revealed. The 2-generational transgender couple has made the press in the past for boasting the claim of being the country's first transgender couple, which I believe, if I remember, was contested in the first place, but that is beyond the scope of this particular discussion. Jody, 21, and Greg Rogers, 27, from Glasgow, have revealed that their 5-year-old son, Jaden, is transitioning into a girl. 5 years old. 5 years old. If you do not believe a 5-year-old should be allowed to vote, buy firearms, buy cigarettes, because they don't have the mental capacity to really understand what they're doing or the consequences for things, then this shouldn't be allowed either. If you believe that this should be allowed, then you also believe that children should be able to go buy guns and firearms and cigarettes and things like that, because obviously you believe that they have the mental capacity to make those kinds of decisions. A 5-year-old. 5. Jody, continuing to read, Jody and Greg have admitted that they have been subject to a torrent of abuse following the announcement of their child's transition. They've also been reported to social services, too. And it says, sorry, I read it on a couple other websites before I reported on it to make sure I had all sides of the story. The couple is also claimed to have been shunned by the community following the announcement. Yes, because it's a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old shouldn't be allowed to make that kind of a decision, and definitely the parents shouldn't be allowed to make that decision for a 5-year-old either. Wait until the child knows something about life, can make rational decisions, knows what consequences are what, and knows what the future of these decisions is. Right now, this child knows nothing. Nothing. It's a 5-year-old child. And again, and I hate that I have to keep stressing this, I really hate that we live in a world that I have to keep stressing this. Consenting adults, I don't care what you do. This isn't against that. This is against what I believe is forcing a 5-year-old into a decision that right now they are being told that it is their own decision, but they're not. It's not their decision. They don't know the consequences. They don't know that this is a life-changing event. 5 years old. What decisions can a 5-year-old really make that are life-changing decisions on their own? 5 years old. Jaden is adamant she is a girl, quotes, and loves dressing up as Princess Anna from the Disney film Frozen, according to Hart. Greg has come out and defended the claims that the couple have been encouraging Jaden in his transition to become a girl. Well, they have to. This child doesn't know anything. At 5 years old, this child doesn't know what his or her own body is. Don't even understand the basic bodily functions at 5 years old. So how are they supposed to make this life-changing decision? They are looking at their parents, seeing that their parents have transitioned. They're saying, oh, I want to be like mommy and daddy, or mommy and mommy, or daddy, or whatever the case is. 5 years old, and this life-changing decision is laid in her lap. What? 5 years old. Continuing to read. Speaking to the Daily Record, he said, we've had people saying we're using Jaden for attention and that she just wants to be a girl because I changed sex. It's ridiculous. Jaden knows nothing about my past. She just knows me as dad. No, I guarantee you in your family conversations that the fact you have transitioned come up. I guarantee you that you watch videos and your child sees it, or you have friends. Your child isn't stupid. She's 5. Yes, she doesn't understand life, but she sees the environment that she's around, and she hears the things that you don't think she hears. All the parents out there know what I'm talking about. Your child sees things that you don't realize that they see until much later. Your child learns things from you that you didn't think your child would learn, but they do by your actions. You can tell your child not to speed, but if your child always sees you speeding, guess what? You have an 89% chance, according to statistics, that your child is going to speed as well. If you eat a certain kind of food, you stand a great chance that your child will follow suit and eat that kind of food as well. Will they rebel a little bit? Of course they will. As they grow older, they'll be like, no, I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't want it. I don't like it. But when they're young, their minds are malleable. Continuing to read. Greg went on to say, they say it's cruel when we let her wear a dress. But is it not more cruel to do nothing when you've got a kid who is adamant she's a girl, ripping her hair off and banging her head off the walls? I would say that there is definitely some sort of a mental thing going on there. Yes. But I would say wait until you actually make a transition. Wait until the child knows something about life. But right now, I would say get her some help and figure out what is going on. And figure out and make sure that it's not you influencing her and that this is her decision. Because how bad are you going to feel as a parent if your child gets older and wants to retransition back, as many children have? Britain has currently been overwhelmed by demand for gender dysphoria treatment in children to the point where the NHS Child Gender Reassignment Center has begun offering Skype medical appointments to deal with the overwhelming demand in the past few years. National File recently reported on Britain's youngest trans patient, who was merely 3 years old when he began identifying as a female. The boy and his mother are currently facilitating his transition with assistance from Mermaids Charity. It's a child. What decisions are you allowing this child to make that are life-changing decisions that you are not letting this child be fully informed? And even if you explain it to a 5-year-old and you give the 5-year-old every detail of what this transition means in their life at 5 years old, 1, how much are they going to retain? 2, how much are they actually going to understand? Now, I have seen children sit there and to appease their parents when their parents are explaining something important to them, and they sit there and say, yes, I understand, but they don't. They are 5 years old. Wait until they know what the future of this decision is, and then if they decide that this is good for them, let them do it. This is not a transitional thing. This isn't a gay thing. This is a child thing. It is a child. A child. I would love my child no matter which way my child comes out, and I hope you would too. What I'm saying is at least have the parental mindset to understand that a 5-year-old knows nothing. Maybe at least wait until 13, 14, 15 to maybe mention it and see if they still feel the same way. But even then, I would still think that they would be too young. I would say 18 would be a good place to start to let them make that drastic transition. And I'm not saying, hey, if they want to wear a dress, don't let them wear a dress. Let them wear a dress. What do I care? If that makes them happy, fine. But a full transition and this and that, let them be children. And yes, of course, it is impossible for a parent to not influence their child. It is impossible. Impossible. It is environmental. Nurture versus nature. I'm adopted. So I know very well that nurture is more than nature, because I act more like my adoptive parents because that is what I grew up with. That's the environment that I saw. I accept everybody for who you are. That's not what this is about. This is about children and letting children be children and make their own decisions. 5 years old is too young. She doesn't, he doesn't, whatever they want to identify as, doesn't know a dang thing about life. They don't. How? It's nuts. And then with the influx of all these, 2,300, I think was the last I saw. The numbers are probably totally different. I think I remember it as 2,300. 2,300 children last 6 months have wanted to go, that had transitioned, have wanted transition back. And they all said that it destroyed their life. This is a life-altering event. Let them make it the best informed decision they can. And the only way they can do that is if they understand what the decision is. And I know I'm going to be attacked for this because, well, people don't see that I'm only voicing a concern on, hey, the child is 5. What could the child know? But no, they're going to take this out of context. And but it has to be reported. It has to be shared. It has to be like, hey, man, what's going on here? Anyways, that's what I got for you. I'll see you guys on the next one, but definitely let me know what you think. Join the conversation. You guys are part of the conversation too. So I just believe that 5 years old, that's too young. I don't have anything against transgenders. I don't have anything against gay, lesbian, bisexual. I don't care. Consenting adults. What you do with your time with another consenting adult is fine. Consenting adults is where the line is. This child is not an adult. This child cannot make decisions like that. We can't start going down this slippery path of assuming that 5-year-olds have the mental capacity to understand these things. That's a bad road to go down. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Help me beat this damn YouTube algorithm. This video will be demonetized before it's even loaded. But it's got to be out there. And let me know what you guys think. Am I the bad guy for not letting a 5-year-old make a life-changing decision? Am I the bad guy? Am I wrong? I mean, if I'm wrong, someone out there should let me know. I'm sure someone will if they believe I'm wrong. Anyways, comments. This is where your freedom of speech propagates. And if this video wasn't demonetized from here, simply saying the words freedom of speech will demonetize this video. How sad is that? Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. I thank you for your precious time. You guys are beautiful. You guys are awesome. Inform yourselves. Listen to other opinions. Challenge your belief system. I'll see you guys on the next one.